Hello dear students. Today we will be doing question number 13 of your textbook on page number 141. So please take out page number 141, question number 13. See, here is the question. In the question it is given that Sajan and Nirmi are the partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 5:3. And here balance sheet as on 31st March 2017 is given. Then it is given partners decided to revalue the assets and liabilities of the firm and to distribute profit in the ratio of 1:1 for future. Here their old ratio is given 5:3 and their future ratio is given 1:1. Here some informations are given regarding revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. So let's start the sum. So here is solution of question number 13. Here we have to prepare revaluation account. The another name of revaluation account is profit and loss adjustment account. Then we have to prepare partners capital account. Then we have to prepare new balance sheet. New balance sheet means balance sheet after revaluation in the books of Sajan and Nirmi. Here I have already recorded book value of assets and liabilities, some of the liabilities from old balance sheet. See, reconstitution of the firm results in a change in the capital accounts of partners and in the value of assets and amount of liabilities. So this shall also require preparation of balance sheet of the new firm. Before we prepare the balance sheet of the new firm, the accounts that have been affected because of the reconstitution are prepared. So let's start the sum. Here I am reading out the informations which are given in the question one by one, and we will give effect according to that. So I would like to request you to all to please see the question on page number 141 and read it along with me. So here first information is given. The value of land and building is to be increased by 10%. So let's check. In the question, in the old balance sheet, the value of land and building is given, that is 1,40,000. This is the book value. And it is directed that the value of land and building is to be increased by 10%. So 10% of 1,40,000 means 14,000. That means it is increasing by rupees 14,000. So where do we record it? It will be recorded on credit side of revaluation account by land and building 14,000. As we know, revaluation account is a nominal account, so we will apply the rule of nominal account here. If there is any kind of profit, then it will be recorded on credit side of revaluation account. Here land and building is an asset and the value of it is increasing. So if value of asset is increasing, that is, it is a good thing for the business. It is a profit. That's why it will be recorded on credit side of revaluation account. And by what amount it is increasing? It is increasing by 14,000. So we have to write that amount. We don't have to write here market value. In revaluation account, we have to record increase or decrease in assets and liabilities. So simultaneously, let's get effect of it in our new balance sheet also. Here, I have already recorded the book value of land and building, that is 1,40,000 from old balance sheet, and there is increase by rupees 14,000. So that will be added. And in our new balance sheet, now the amount which will be recorded for land and building will be 1,40,000 plus 14,000, that is 1,54,000. Now second information is given in the question. the value of machinery and furniture is to be reduced by 40%. So where do we record it? As these are assets for the firm, machinery and furniture, and their value is decreasing. So we will record it on debit side of revaluation account as it is a loss for business. So let's write amount for the machine first. Here in the old balance sheet, the book value of machine is given, that is 80,000, and in the information it is indicated that we have to reduce it by 40%. So 40% of 80,000 is 32,000. And book value of furniture is given in the question 30,000. So 40% of 30,000 is 12,000. That means value of machinery is reducing by 32,000 and value of furniture is reducing by 12,000. So let us record it in our new balance sheet. Here we will write minus 32,000, which we just saw. 80,000 minus 32,000 is 48,000. And there is decrease in machinery by rupees 12,000. Then 30,000 minus 12,000, we will get 18,000 new value of machinery. Sorry, new value of furniture. So remember, when revaluation account is prepared, assets and liabilities appear in the balance sheet of reconstituted firm at their revised value. So here all these are revised values. Now let's move towards the next point. 1,000, point number 3, 1,000 bad debt reserve on debtor is not required. So you first check the amount of bad debt reserve which is given in the question in old balance sheet. It is 1,500. And now they are saying that 1,000 bad debt reserve on debtors is not required. See, bad debt reserve is a kind of provision and it is a liability. It is a kind of liability. And if liability is reducing, that means it is good thing for the firm. That means it is profit. So we will record it on credit side of revaluation account. So by bad debt reserve, they are saying that bad debt reserve of rupees 1,000 is now not required. This is good thing for the firm. So we will write it on credit side of revaluation account. Now let's see what effect we will give it for bad debt reserve in new balance sheet. So here is the new balance sheet. Here now we will show bad debt reserve 500. As in old balance sheet, bad debt reserve is appearing at rupees 1,500, and now they are saying that 1,000 bad debt reserve is now not required. So we are deducting it. Now in the new balance sheet, we will show bad debt reserve at rupees 500. 1,500 minus 1,000, that is 500. It is a liability. Either we can show it on liability side or we can deduct it from debtors. So when we deduct it, then we will show 39,500 the amount of debtor. Now next information, that is information number 4 in the question, is rupees 1,500 repairing expense is required for stock. So what impact will it have on revaluation account? We will record it on debit side of revaluation account to stock account 5,000. as 1500 is repairing expense for stock. That means the value of stock or the value of an asset is decreasing, which is not good thing for the firm. It is a loss. That's why, as per the rule of nominal account, we will record it on debit side of revaluation account. So let's give effect of it in new balance sheet simultaneously. Here it is our new balance sheet, and here is the point of stock. We will deduct 1500 from 31,500, which is book value of stock, which was shown in old balance sheet. So by deducting it, we will get 30,000 in outer column. Now let us see point number 5th. Rupees 1500 out of creditors is now not to be paid, which is to be recorded in the books. So if creditors is now not to be paid, that means it is good thing for the firm. It is a kind of profit. Here our liability is getting reduced. That's why it will be recorded on credit side of revaluation account. By creditors account 1500. Liability is reducing to the extent of rupees 1500. So let's give effect of it in new balance sheet. Creditors 32,000, which is given in old balance sheet. Now it is not required to pay rupees 1500 to our creditors. That's why we are deducting it. By deducting it, we will get final amount of creditors, that is 30,500 in outer column. So here we have deducted it. By deducting it, we will get 30,500. Now let's see question again. Information number 6. Outstanding expenses is rupees 10,000 and income receivable is rupees 2,000. So here outstanding expense is rupees 10,000, which is a liability. And if liability is brought to the books, then it is a kind of loss for the business. That's why we will record it in debit side of revaluation account. 2. Outstanding expenses account 10,000. And income receivable is given, that is rupees 2,000, which is an asset. And if any asset is brought in the books, then it is a profit for the firm. So we will record it on credit side of revaluation account by receivable income account 2,000. So you just remember this. If any unrecorded assets are brought to the books, then it is a profit and it will be recorded on credit side of revaluation account. And unrecorded liability is debited in revaluation account. So let's give effect of it in new balance sheet. We will record it on liability side of new balance sheet as outstanding expense is a liability. So we will show it here. Outstanding expense 10,000. And on asset side of balance sheet, we will record receivable income, which is 2,000 as it is an asset. Now last information is given in the question, that is information number 7, that investment is to be shown at its market value. So first check it in question in their old balance sheet, the amount of investment. Here in their old balance sheet, market value as well as book value of investment both are given. Market value is 18,000 and book value is, that is shown in outer column, that is 20,000. And it is given that investment is to be shown at its market value. And here market value is lower than the book value. And it is an investment. Investment is an asset. And here asset is decreasing by rupees 2,000. So it is a loss for the firm. So we will record it on debit side of revaluation account to investment account 2,000. How did it come? Here 20,000 is book value and market value is 18,000. So here market value is lower than the book value by rupees 2,000. So it is a loss. That's why we have recorded it on debit side of revaluation account. Now let's record it in new balance sheet. Investment 18,000. We are recording it at the value of 18,000 as it is given that investment is to be shown at market value. Now let's record the remaining items from the old balance sheet. Here in the question, just see in the question, in their old balance sheet, first it is given on liability side capital account. Amount of capital is given in their old balance sheet. Capital of Sarjan is 80,000 and Nirmi is 50,000. So for capital account, we have prepared partners capital account here. So I have already recorded their opening capital 80,000 of Sarjan and Nirmi's capital is 50,000. Now general reserve is given in the balance sheet. So as it is a reserve, reserve will be distributed among the partner. So reserve will be distributed but in old profit sharing ratio. As I explained you it earlier. So old profit sharing ratio is 5:3. So if 80,000 will be distributed in 5:3 ratio, then we will get, Sarjan will get 50,000 out of 80,000 and Nirmi will get 30,000 out of 80,000. The next is given in the balance sheet 48,000, that is profit and loss account, which is given on liability side. As liability is a credit balance, then as I told you earlier, if profit and loss account has credit balance, that means it is accumulated profit. So accumulated profit will be recorded on credit side of partners capital account. So it will be distributed among partners in their old ratio. So amount of profit and loss account 48,000, and if it will be distributed according to 5:3 ratio, in that case Sarjan will get 30,000 and Nirmi will get 18,000. Now next item is given is 12% bank loan, that is 70,000. So bank loan is a non-current liability, so it will be recorded on liability side, bank loan 70,000. Then out of remaining amount, here bills payable is there, which is 10,000 given in their old balance sheet, 10,000. So we will record it here. Now let's move towards on asset side in their old balance sheet. Here out of remaining item, cash balance is there, which will be recorded on asset side, cash balance 30,000. So here we have recorded everything. Now we will close revaluation account first. So here if you close it, you will find that total of debit side is more than the total of credit side. So here total of debit side is more, that is 57,500, which we will write on both the sides. So obviously difference will appear on credit side. So here difference amount is 39,000, which is revaluation loss, which will be transferred to partners capital account by partners capital account loss. So here also the amount of loss will be distributed among the partner in their old ratio, that is 5:3, and according to that calculation Sarjan's loss is 24,375 and Nirmi's loss is 14,625. So let's transfer it to partners capital account on debit side, as it is a loss. So effect of loss will come on debit side of capital account. To revaluation account loss 24,375 and 14,625. Now close partners capital account. So first we will close capital account of Sarjan. Here total of credit side is more, which is 1,60,000. So whatever difference amount that we get on debit side is closing capital balance of Sarjan. So it is 1,35,625 to balance carried down. Similarly, total of credit side of Nirmi's capital account is more, that is 98,000. So here difference amount we will get on debit side of partners capital account, which is 83,375. This is closing capital balance of Nirmi, which will be transferred to balance sheet. So here is our balance sheet. Just write capital balance of Sarjan 625, 1,35,625, and Nirmi's capital balance 83,375, and total of these two is 2,19,000. Now here whole recording is done. Now our new balance sheet will be tallied with the amount 3,39,500. This way, here we have completed this question. In this question, you are also asked to pass necessary journal entries. I have already explained you in the previous video how to pass journal entries in the case of revaluation. So that you have to do in homework. Here you have to pass journal entry for every increase and decrease of assets and liabilities. Then you have to pass journal entry for accumulated distribution of accumulated profit and distribution of reserves. Then at last you will pass journal entry for distribution of revaluation loss. So entry for that will be Sarjan's capital account debit 24,375, Nirmi's capital account debit 14,625 to revaluation account 39,000 that will be credited. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.